Rogers State men shooting 50% at the start. St. Greg's 40%. Out of our first media timeout, just under 14 minutes to play in the first half. Sean Tiemann with Steve Bontrager. Ball, I thought, was tipped over into the backcourt, but the official says not the case, and it will go to St. Gregory's. The crew tonight, Haywood Hill, Corey Ashworth, and Gary Winscott. 15-11, RSU leads it over St. Greg's. Moving left, the basketball on the handle for the Cavaliers is Patrick Bryan, another freshman point guard from Shawnee. Ball worked left wing. Ryan Flory has come in, 6-foot sophomore from Spencer. On the wing, Vorwald finds a shooter, Faison Ritchie banks in a fall-away three. Kidding me?
And he looks at his hand and saying, boy, am I on fire or what? Now, the kid can play, but I'm sorry you didn't try to bank that one.
And he brings the Cavs within one, 15-14 on the three by Ritchie. Ritchie has 5 early points. Here's Sullivan, head of the circle. Sullivan with his club only up by 1. Draws it back with 20 to shoot, moves left. He'll pull up to shoot, instead pass left wing to Francis. Ball poked free out of Francis's hands, regathers after it tipped off Twilley. 10 to shoot, here's Sullivan right wing. Sullivan moves left, pull-up jumper, 3 ball, off the left side, rebound Vorwald. He secures it for the Cavaliers, who can take the lead. Down 15-14, on the wing, Ritchie drives baseline right, moves in on Francis, hangs, shoots, it rolls around the rim. Somebody interfered with the net underneath, rebound Rogers State. Francis speeds to the front court, throws it baseline left to Burnett, who dribbles back out to the wing and pops it up top to Marseille. To Francis against this zone, to Sullivan. He'll drive out of the corner, throw it back up, head of the circle, and it goes over and back again against Rogers State.
That was thrown right between Marseille and Francis, and neither one of them knew what to do. Neither one of them knew whether to reach out and grab it or let it go or what. And I'm just looking down the bench here. I don't see their head coach here. You'd think we'd have something about that. That's not John Martin down there coaching.
It's not.
And we didn't get any word on what's going on. It's their assistant coach, and we don't have his name, but I don't know what's happening.
Left corner with the basketball for St. Gregory's. It's Ryan Flory. He'll move to the middle of the lane, fall away, and hit a 14-footer. Ryan Flory's first field goal. Rogers State now down by a point, 16-15. Post feed, lob to Marseille, right block. He'll catch, shoot, and score on the dish from Theo Davis.
There's 2 tall guys making a pass to each other. A nice job of starting the pass up high, throwing it high where the defense couldn't get there. And then Marseille did a good job, even though he knocked it to the ground, did a nice job of kind of out-wrestling another player from St. Greg's for the ball.
17-16, Cats in front, then a foul. Or was it just deflected out? No, they did call a foul, I believe, on Sullivan. 3 team fouls on Rogers State. Sullivan picks up a reach, his first. Under 12 minutes to play in the half. 17-16 RSU in our men's game. Between the rings, just checking into the contest. Ricardo Rhodes, 6'5" junior from Arlington, Texas. Far corner, hoisting a jump shot and knocking down a long 2 is Patrick Bryan.
Well, these 2 little freshman guards for them have come up big. They're barely freshmen anymore. I mean, when we first played them down there at the start of the year, they were gun shy. But both of them are good, strong ball handlers, shoot the ball well. Good combination of 2 freshman guards.
St. Greg's back in front by a point. Tally lead for the Cavs. Rogers State sets the offense. Now it's down to 16 to shoot, though. Ewings has come back in. He'll give it to Davis. Back to Alex, and he traveled with it. Turnover, Rogers State. Empty trips offensively 3 straight times down besides that Marseille bucket.
Well, if I hadn't watched Rogers State over the years with Lloyd Williams coaching, I'd wonder what's going on. But I know that about him. His teams go through about the 2nd and 3rd rotation. He plays a lot of guys, a lot of minutes. And about the 3rd rotation, about now, is when they usually make a run. You know, it's struggle along here at 17-18, and you think, why are we not 10, 15 points ahead? And you watch, as we get into our rotation and they get tired, we'll turn this thing on.
Double dribble is called against St. Gregory's Patrick Bryan. Bryan turns it over, and Rogers State down a point, a chance to reclaim the lead with 11-10 left in the first half here at the Claremore Expo Center. Ewings with Kellogg out there again now. Spicer has come back in. Deverick Taylor on the floor. Davis post pass left side and splitting 2 defenders. Spicer scores and he's fouled. It'll count for Big Spice going near the rim. Spicer, as usual, draws a double in the post and that time fights through it to finish.
Well, you got to feel sorry for Sam Stewart. He's at 6'5", and he's going against the athletic Spicer. He did a good job of trying to bump him out of there. I've grown to respect this kid more and more as I've seen him. I said he's overachieved as a college player. I never, ever thought he'd be this good, but he has turned into a good, solid college player.
Spicer free throw up and through, and he completes it the old-fashioned way. He has 5 points to start this game, so now he's made 7 straight free throws. Long streak earlier this season of 27. Turnover, Rogers State breaks out in transition. Kellogg takes it from Dever Taylor on a nice feed, but his shot is rejected from behind by St. Gregory's. 10:40 to play the first half. Cats up by 2, 20-18. Near corner 3 gives the Cavaliers the lead, and then backpedaling down the floor, Flory looks at the Rogers State bench as if to say, I told you so.
Well, the Cavaliers have nothing to lose. They're out here just freewheeling it, and the Hillcats are coming off that devastating loss at OBU, so it's taken a little while for the Hillcats to get everything underneath them. They're showing a little bit of disrupt. I mean, the offense just, we struggle in half-court offense. That's what I'm trying to say. But catch that, we just do not perform well on the offensive end of the court when there's play some type of zone, and we got to find a way to attack that.
Rogers State lately on offense seems a bit gun-shy. Down now 21-20. Dribbling through the lane. Clark on the hit out. 3-ball missed by Flory, this time in the corner. Rebound Rogers State. Ewings pushes. Midway mark of the first half. He'll drive. Pass it underneath. Turning left. Davis. Shot in close. Good.
He's showing so much more offensively each game. He's showing he's got a good spin move. Nice soft touch. And then he gets the long, tall rebounds. And he just got to stay out of foul trouble, which is what he's doing.
RSU up a point, 22-21. Wing jumper banked in. Sam Stewart goes to the window dressing. Stewart with 2 field goals. He has 4. And the Cavaliers inch back in front. 9:35 to play in the half. Spicer a 3, top of the key. It's short. Rebound, Clark. The free throw line for St. Greg's. He'll push it up ahead on the wing. Ball fake, Ritchie. He drives baseline. Pull up, air ball. Offensive rebound, Rose. Follow shot, no. But a foul is called underneath. Looks like it's on Spicer.
I think they got it on Matt Kellogg. You got to look at him there coming over the top. Theo Davis goes up and blocks the shot, but Matt Kellogg grabbed him going up.
So Kellogg the foul, 10, not 1. Kellogg's first, team's 5th. St. Greg's with just 1 team foul with 9:22 left in the first half. Rose, free throw good. 24-22 St. Gregory's. First point of the game for Ricardo Rose off the bench. Lance Sullivan, Columbus, Ohio native. Langston transfer in for Alex Ewings. The Cats will go with Sullivan, Kellogg, Dever Taylor, Spicer, and Davis. 9:22 to play in the half. Free throw goes in again for Rose. He makes both of them. 25-22. Now Rose leaves the game for St. Gregory's, and Dominique Johnson returns. St. Greg's zones here with Rogers State on the offensive end. And Taylor dribbles top of the key. He'll throw it right wing to Kellogg. Funneled back up top now to Davis. Back to Kellogg on the wing. Kellogg with 18 to shoot. Moves left. Pushes a pass. Wing left extended to Dever Taylor. Foul line left. It goes the elbow to Davis. Turning right. Baby hook. Missed. Offensive rebound nearly tracked down by Spicer, but stolen away by Jade Carter. And St. Greg's comes out of the pack with it. Up by 3 with 8:50 to play in the first half. Dominique Johnson, right wing. He'll put it between his legs, throw it up top. Ball fake, now a 3, launched. Clark hits it.
Well, the Hillcats are doing a lot of doubling, a lot of trapping, and now there's going to be a delay of game called here on St. Gregory's as they knock the ball out of bounds. But the Hillcats are doing a lot of double teaming, and when you do that against inferior teams, it gives one player a chance to make shots. And they don't need it. I mean, we're obviously good enough we can play them straight up, but Coach Williams trying to push the issue, get some turnovers, create offense. Right now, they're hurting us on it.
Well, St. Gregory's has already scored 4 more than it did by halftime down at Shawnee. 43-24 at the half there as Taylor drives right, misses, follow, Spicer, yes, inside.
Nice job by Spicer to keep that ball up above his head and hop right back up there. A lot of guys would have brought it down their waist, trying to power it up there. Instead, he just kept it up, hop back up, easy bucket.
Here's Clark driving to the wing, 28-24 Cavaliers. 8:10 to play the first half. Between the 2 circles, it's Flory. Flips it point left. Clark drives to the wing, and he's held by Matt Kellogg. Well, a surprising development, needless to say, here at the start of this one. 12 minutes in. Foul on Kellogg already, his second. So Francis and Kellogg both with 2.
You made a good point when we were off the air talking about it. You know, we talked about the Oklahoma State loss and the way we got beat, even though it only ended up 14.
Oklahoma Baptist?
Oklahoma Baptist. I think all the players knew it was basically a 30-point loss, 25-point loss. And I think you said they're a little bit shell-shocked by it, and it's showing up here.
Inbound stolen from Johnson by Sullivan. RSU presses in the front court. Pass up ahead. Davis lays it in, and he's fouled. Count it for Theo Davis, the big man, loping into the front court and running the floor well.
And that's what Coach Williams wants out of Lance Sullivan, to run the show and no turnovers. And that's just a good pass. Now, that was not an easy pass to make. I mean, when you're a kid that just got benched and you want to make sure you don't make turnovers, that's a pass that's tough to make, but he laid that there perfectly for Theo Davis.
Theo Davis with 4 points, chance at the old-fashioned three-pointer, but the free throw spins out, rebound St. Greg's. Cats have cut it down to 2, 28-26. Rogers State on a 4-0 run, 7:50 to play in the first half. Nearly turned over, saved by Carter, wrapped it behind his back to Ritchie at the left wing. Up top to Clark between the circles. St. Greg's with 18 to shoot at the foul line. Johnson left open, short on a 12-footer, leaning in. Rebound gobbled up by Spicer. Outlet Sullivan. Sullivan down the lane. He will move right, pull up, 14-footer, good.
That's the Lance Sullivan. No, last 2 possessions. Makes a great pass for a teammate. This time pushes it to the free throw line. Nobody picks him up. Buries the jump.
Cats have tied it with a 6-0 run. Even at 28, near corner 3. Carter hits it. 3-point lead back to St. Greg's.
Wow. I mean, I tell you what, a team like this, it doesn't have anything to worry about. You know, you're not going to make any conference tournament. You don't have a lot to play for. It can be a dangerous team.
Cavaliers have hit 5 first-half threes, and then Ritchie steals it, stolen right back as he tried to save it from going out. Sullivan retreats and takes it. He'll dribble at the point. Hand off to Davis, post feed left side, turning jumper, banked up and in by Spicer. That's a difficult shot.
It is, because he got pushed in the lower waist by 2 hands by Sam Stewart, and Sam Stewart's doing all he can to keep him off the block. Not enough.
Spice with 9, 31-30, Cavaliers up 1. Near corner, Carter left open again. Another 3, 6th of the first half. Carter's 3rd.
Man, he hits that shot right in front of the Hillcats bench and keeps talking noise right to the Hillcats players. They must be on him, because he just looks right at him and said, no, not today.
Post feed to Spicer, too tall, but he was pushed in the mid-back section by Stewart, and he's fouled.
Well, Stewart has been getting 2 hands in the lower back of Spicer. Spicer's going to catch these balls, and he keeps getting weighted out.
Media timeout, 6:25 to play in the first half. That foul on Stewart's his 2nd, team's 3rd against St. Greg's. But the Cavaliers have the lead on the Claremore Expo Center floor against Rogers State, 34-30 in our men's game. And we're back after this from RSU Public TV and RSU Radio.